here in the US, our focus on technology development has been on carbon capture, utilization, and storage. And I do think that we have a real opportunity as opposed to, say, the Chinese on that front, because we have also an abundance of oil here in this country that cannot be recovered without that CO2 that is needed to pull it out of the ground. And that CO2 then stays in the ground. So you're in essence producing what could be construed a low carbon barrel of oil. But we have a real opportunity here in the US to get that economic value from that CO2 in a very broad and large scale that the Chinese don't have because of their geology and their ability to access oil. So that's certainly something that from an innovation perspective, if we want to look at it that way, we are definitely going to have a lot of fossil fuel that we could export and dominate that part of the global market. But then we could also, of course, innovate on the CO2 capture side and be a global leader and export that technology as well.
Isn't most of the CCS, carbon capture and storage technology, most of the innovation and deployment in terms of pilot projects happening in China compared to, say, the US?
Not on carbon capture, utilization, and storage. It's happening globally, and the U.S. has several projects, the Canadians, the Europeans, Australians, but less. China had a project called GreenGen that they is now sitting idle, is my understanding, and they don't have that market opportunity necessarily to use their CO2 in an economic way like we have here. They are evaluating technology and they're looking at innovation in the CO2 capture space. But I think that we have more of the infrastructure here in the US to actually catalyze an industry and implement the technology in a way that the Chinese may not, because they don't have that mature enhanced oil recovery industry like we have here in the US.